Hi guys, so today is March 16th and I'm here at the home of one of them humans with wings I always talk about. This is Becki.
What we have here is we're going to make some FECO. So we have our just fresh out of the freezer Everclear, and then I have here some AC/DC. This just came fresh out of the freezer, that's why it's all frosty right now. So I put this into another jar, and then I'll pour my Everclear over that. Do 2 3-minute washes. Okay, so now we're doing a 3-minute shake.
So how much cannabis would you say is in here?
I'd say a couple ounces. I didn't pack it,
Okay.
but it's almost a full jar of cannabis. I like FECO because you can add it to almost anything. Like a lot of your recipes that people add butter to, you know, there's some recipes where you don't add only like a quarter of a cup. So in that case, the FECO is good because you only use a couple dots.
So like maybe like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice. That's going to be enough for a batch of goodies to get you really nice and medicated. One thing that I've noticed is if you add, if you put FECO and drink a hot drink, your medication starts a lot faster. The heat activates it more.
And how much alcohol did you put in?
Well, that was a half gallon.
Okay.
And then we're going to do it twice. So that's going to give us a gallon that's going to go in the machine.
Look at that, guys.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, I found this really cool strainer. I found it in the canning section. So then I have this little screen that I put on the bottom. So then I have an old nylon that I put on top of it, and that strains it even more. Go to the dollar store, get one of those splatter screens, then you measure it. So now, isn't that sweet? The product is not coming out, and so then I'm able to add more Everclear. I'm not chasing the product. We're going to add more Everclear to this and do another 3-minute shake, and then we'll be back.
So make sure you got somebody talking with you while you're doing this, and you won't even notice the 3 minutes going by. Now my arms will say different.
Especially later.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're done with the shake.
All right.
So at this point is I'll just let this rest in here and let it finish draining, and then that way I don't have any waste in my product.
Okay.
With putting a gallon in there, it will take a good 4 or 5 hours
Okay.
to
Reduce
distill.
it.
Yeah, and this is a mega home distiller. So once this finishes draining, then we'll show them what it looks like when it's set up. Yeah, notice the color. When it comes out of that later, it's going to be as clear as the alcohol when we put it in. And it has a full line, so don't ever go past that full line. We'll put the lid on. We'll be back to show you, but it'll take a bit for it to start coming out. But when it comes out of here, it's going to be as clear can be.
Oh, wow. And then, so the medicine will be in the bottom of the base of that.
Yep. And then you take a rubber scraper and scrape it out. And we'll show them that process too.
Right on. Right on. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing us this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think it's just important that people learn that there's ways that we can make medicine. I bought this for $250, but I believe they're almost like $3 now. Yeah.
300.
Yeah. But to me, you know, it was a big cost for us, but
Right.
it's worth it. To get some good medicine, it's worth it. So even your little stems, you can soak and make FECO out of them.
Wow.
Leaves, stems, you know, the whole plant is usable.
Right on. And then ultimately what you'll end up doing is taking the liquid, once you're done soaking it, and put it in that machine.
Yeah, and making more FECO. Well, it won't be as strong as making it from bud, but you're getting medicine still.
Right.
So
you're still getting all them cannabinoids.
Exactly. You're getting that medicine that you need from the plant that God put on this earth for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're doing here is I don't waste any product because this can be used later to make cookies or whatever. So that is all the bud that we ran the alcohol through. And you can see how broken down it is. That is what you want to see. You want to see that. Perfect. But you can see this is usable stuff, people. I wouldn't throw it. I don't throw anything away because you'd be surprised once you use this again. So what I do is I'm not going to seal this yet. I just kind of fold these over and then I let the alcohol evaporate out of that. And then after that's done, then I'll put it through a grinder and then we can use it in medicine. You can put this in the jar.
Okay.
And then put your coconut oil on it.
How long does it take for the alcohol to evaporate out of this?
I usually just set it aside and wait a couple days.
Okay.
You know,
so you take that, put it in a jar, you add coconut oil, you put it in the crock pot of water, and how long do you
This is a 3-day process.
and then you strain that out, and your coconut oil can be used in your baked goods.
Exactly. And so like making caramels or whatever, you just stick that in there and you make really good caramels. And if you want better caramels, you add FECO.
Right on. So you just add a couple of drops from the other stuff into it.
Exactly.
And boost up the potency.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Depending on how your body's doing. Sometimes I need that FECO caramel and sometimes I need just the butter caramel.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it out and we're going to strain it.
Okay.
And this is also a way that you can make tincture and butter.
Okay.
So making tincture, instead of using a coconut oil, you put a vegetable glycerin in here. And then again, I do the same process. So, but it's 3-day soak is what you're doing here. So tinctures, butters, whatever it is you want to make, you can do it this way. So then we just tilt it.
Oh,
let
wow.
it strain. So look how beautiful that is. And then again, I just let this sit upside down for a while and finish draining. It saves my hands from squeezing that product out. And then by the time we get done, this is going to be very lightweight. Yeah. But look at that. We got a lot of oil. Got a lot of coconut oil out of there.
Yeah. And that's been going for 3 days.
3 days. Yep.
At what temperature?
During the day, I put the crock pot on high and stir constantly. And then in the evening, I put it on low. So as you can see, this is still, it's nice and fluffy. There's not a lot of product in there. And I've got myalgia also. Mine's polymyalgia. And there's no way I can squeeze this if I was to put it into a bag or cheesecloth. So I like the fact that I can just hold this upside down and just, it was about an hour and that's how drained it is. So that is perfect for me. You know, your magic butter machine, I'm not going to say negative about it, but I used it and I can't squeeze the product. And then here we go. And so then I always save my product. This can be used twice. Your product's not going to, your medicine's not going to be as strong as the first time, but still you have usable medicine.
Yes.
Okay, so what I do now like with the alcohol, I left it open so it could evaporate. This I'm just going to wrap up and then I'm going to put in the freezer. So I've got this one labeled. This was coconut oil with bud, because sometimes I make coconut oil with just the leaf, because there's a lot of good medicine with that also. So let's talk about what this is good for now. This is one of the best burn medicines you'll ever come across. This, coconut oil and cannabis, it's 2 anti-inflammatories. Yeah, so this is a great burn medicine. I use it on owies. If my dogs have spots, I'll put it on their spots. I've had a lump on my breast, I put it on my lump shrunk. I put it on my owies. This stuff is really good. But this is also the start of whatever you want. Or now I've got my cup of coconut oil I can use in my cookies or whatever it is I choose to use it in.
Yeah, I've even used it as like a mouth pull, you know, swishing it around in your mouth.
I was just going to say that, an oil pull, yep.
Yeah, to pull it, you know, cavities or bacteria or whatever out of my mouth.
Yeah, the toxins from your gums. Yeah, it's good for that. And it's amazing that what comes out when you do an oil pull out of your mouth. So you do a good swoosh in your mouth for about 15 minutes, and you'll be amazed at what comes out of your mouth. and you'll actually start feeling better.
Yeah, I usually keep some coconut oil in my backpack. Yeah, guys, cannabis is medicine. And speaking of medicine, look at this.
Yeah, look how clear that is.
And look how full that is. So this has been going now for about how long?
About 2 hours, I'd say, when we started it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so here we are. I'm rebottling the Everclear that came out of the distiller. Now, isn't that awesome? And I will be able to reuse this on the next batch of FECO that I make.
And how many times will you be able to reuse this?
I usually reuse it about 4 times, and then I'll get a new, yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? So then when I found out about the Mega Home, it was like a win, because now I can reuse this over and over, and it's awesome. So another cost savings and making wonderful medicine is I use the plug as my holder.
Okay.
And then I use my spatula and I come in here and scrape it.
Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that medicine. Now that is today's black gold.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You want a good solid, see, this rubber scraper doesn't move much. You want a good solid rubber scraper, but yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Right on.
And if it's runnier than you want, all you need to do is put it onto a coffee warmer, and it'll reduce the alcohol that's still there.
Okay.
There's still just a little. There is our black gold. Beautiful.
Look at that, guys.
Okay, so here is where I'm doing, this is mixed with coconut oil. So I'm mixing it, and then I'm going to put it in this container, and then this is what I'm going to use when I make my muffins and whatever. So this container I know is just nothing but my coconut oil and the FECO mixed together. So there you go. And now I can take a tissue, paper towel, and finish wiping the inside of this out. Oh, and you don't let that go. That's good stuff.
And so the whole process really only took just a few hours.
Yeah.
You used a few ounces of cannabis and a gallon of Everclear. And if somebody wants to do like a smaller amount, say for instance, if they only had about an ounce.
Probably a good fifth plus for an ounce of bud would be good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And then, it's all trial and error.
Yeah.
Every time you make something, you learn from whatever it was you did. You learn
Right.
from your mistakes. You learn from your bonuses. If it turned out perfect, then you finally got it. I'm always learning.
And then, of course, with this too, it is alcohol that you're putting to heat.
Exactly. So you got to be careful with it. And also, this machine here. So you saw that I was measuring on these decanters where the alcohol was, okay? Mm-hmm. So sometimes these machines will get hot, and being that you're working with an alcohol, it could burn your products. So sometimes what I do is, as soon as I see it approaching those lines, I'll shut it off, I'll scrape it out, and then I'll put it on a coffee warmer to render off the rest of the alcohol.
So here we are, and we have a bunch of products made with the FECO.
Right. So we're going to start out showing you what I've made with the alcohol. So after I'm done using the alcohol, making the FECO, then I make what I call my pain spray. And when I created this is because I was always using my my pain cream that I made, but I found that if I'm going somewhere or if I'm doing it at night, I don't like the ooey gooey on my bed sheets and on my clothes. So this pain spray is really nice. So it's infused Everclear, and I've got some essential oils in it that gives you that icy hot feeling. So this is really nice, and I can apply it myself, especially like to my back of my neck, to my back. I don't need to have someone with me to apply this. This is the pain cream that I make. This is also made with the infused coconut oil. Again, I've got 17 different essential oils in this, and this stuff works really good. It also feels like it gives you that icy hot feeling. This is tincture. Tincture is a medicine that has been used forever. When the wagons went around to the old towns, that old medicine man, he was carrying elixirs and tinctures. So this is a tincture, and you apply it under your tongue. And this is infused with, I'm going to get that. It's infused with vegetable glycerin. I prefer not to use alcohol as my tincture carrier because it's harsh. And this is more pleasant. People, there is recipes all over the internet, YouTube, wherever. There's simple recipes, and you don't have to find one that's infused. All you need to do is add a few drops of your FECO to it, and you've got your infused gummies. This is a Almond Joy. Yes, the chocolate and the coconut on the inside is infused with FECO. Okay, these are jelly beans. Again, they're not strong, so I'm able to have a little bit throughout the day to keep myself in a happy, less pain mode. This is infused chocolate with caramel and nuts. So here I have anise, I have lemon, I have just chocolate. You can make pills. So these pills are made with coconut oil and FECO. And a lot of times I'll use these for cancer patients or patients that just can't tolerate, the sugars or other stuff. And another thing here I've got that's made out of the FECO is these are suppositories. I made these for a cancer patient because they couldn't swallow. I was able to put some of my tincture into their mouth and let it just, go down their throat. But once we started using the suppositories, she started getting better because we were able to give more to her. This, oh my goodness, these are Oreo balls infused. So almost all your Christmas fun things that you can make, you can infuse with FECO. Okay, these are Oreo cookies. Now, we didn't infuse the Oreo cookies because they're already made, but the chocolate and the peanut butter that went on this are infused in FECO. Rice Krispie treats. This is a brownie. And then these are some muffins that I make. I use the little muffin tins because that is the right dosage. I have a weight problem. I don't want to gain weight by eating a lot of candy. So making them potent in small portions is the best way to go for me. But this caramel is so delicious and it's just so wonderful. Look at that. Yummy, yummy in our tummy. It's endless what you can do with your FECO. You can make guacamole. You can make your spaghetti sauce. You can make your salsa. Anything you want. But also remember, when you do Medibles, you need to wait a good 45 minutes because it will sneak up on you. And I've had people say, you know what, I had a Medible and it didn't work, so I added another one. Then they were bad. They were in bad shape. So yeah, it all depends on the person. And if you start making stuff, it's a trial and error.
Right on.
I can't tell anybody what dose works for them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I just want people to know that they don't have to go somewhere to make their own medicine. What we have in our homes, we can make.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. That's pretty dang sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to get back to video edits, and we got another walk tomorrow.
We got to walk tomorrow.
So
it's going to be a fun one.
On that note, and as always, guys, it's your hit. Don't make me smoke all this weed by myself.
You need to come walk a mile with Seth, and he'll show you some magic.
Yes, I challenge you to come out and walk 1 mile with me. And I'll show you some magic, guys. Much love and much peace.
This is how you do this. So I just put it, whoops. Come on. Don't usually make messes.
That'll be in an upcoming episode. Yeah. I'm gonna restart that whole thing all over again. Because that's how that works.
Yeah.
So here I am, I'm in Kennewick, and I'm with one of my new challenge takers. Nope, gonna restart that all over again.
Becki.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Once I get through the intro part, it's much smoother.
Exactly.
Hi guys, so I'm back here on Clover Island. Nope. Well, on that note, and as always guys, it's your hit. Don't make me smoke all this weed by myself. Come walk, damn it.